Hey everyone, what's up? Newbie Snake here. How are you all doing today? So the second retro event is here along with the 6 stars version of the characters we've all been waiting for. So in this video, I'll be going through the details of each 6 stars character as well as the rewards for the retro event. Let's get started. But before we begin, let's take a look at the news section because there are some news and some updates to it, alright? The first thing is now the campaign is 2 times the premium mileage points. So if you guys remember, before we had 3 times the premium mileage points. So how it works is whenever you spend 1 gem, okay, 1 ninja stone, we used to get 2 premium mileage points, right? And for the first half of August, we had triple the premium mileage points bonus, meaning spending 1 gem will be getting 6 premium mileage points instead of 2, all right? But now that's over for now for the next 3 days from August 15th, 19 o'clock to August 18th, 13:59, again, Japan's time. For these 3 days, or less than 3 days, we'll be getting 2 times the premium mileage points instead of tripling it, all right? So now when you spend 1 ninja stones, you'll be getting 4 premium mileage points instead of 2, all right? So that's it. Secondly, yeah, you guys see this one. This is actually really ironic. I was going to go through that later on, but I guess I'll go through that now. So secondly, the reason why I said it's really ironic is because, as some of you may know, I've released like a mini series covering each and every single one of the 6 stars awakening orbs events, right? And right after I did that, they released like a much harder version of them, all right? So now instead of the 40 stamina version, which was already hard to begin with, now you guys can actually do a 50 stamina version, all right, of these ones. So 50 stamina version of the new awakening missions, and also that you can't continue. So if you die, that's it. You can't even spend a gem to continue. But the drops are the drop rates, I believe, is around the same, because for me, grinding out the orbs, I still needed to grind a lot of times before I see 1 orbs, all right? But the reason why I say it's much better, the drops, is because instead of having like 5 different drops, now there are only 3 available ones, right? So either you get the orbs, or you get the blue crystals, or you get the secret book of the ninja world. So that's much better, right? So you don't get Monkey Kings, you don't get the Rock Lee training material. So I guess that's better. So it, I guess it ups your chances of getting the orbs. I don't know, because I still grinded like many times before I was able to get 1 orb out of it. All right. So we'll get back to this because the 6 stars characters are within this news right there. But lastly, before talking about that, let's talk about the updates. So they have buffed some characters and they have changed. Well, mostly it's buffed, I believe. So let's talk about it. So it's basically, again, characters, quote unquote, balancing right here. So what's been changed is Madara right here. I believe this is the 6 paths Madara, because it does say 6 paths power right here. For the skill type, guys, instead of it being whatever it was, now it's changed to Rinnegan. I believe there was the second skill. I believe it used to be a no type or some other type, but now it's Rinnegan type. All right, so that's good. That's good stuff. And also Obito, guys. Obito, now his skill has also been changed to 6 paths. All right, so both skill 1 and skill 2 has been changed to 6 paths type instead of whatever it was before. Okay. So I believe these are both skill 2. Skill 2 for Madara and skill 2 for Obito. But again, I don't have Madara, so I can't really tell what it was before unless, I check my previous video. But anyways, just so you guys know, now the type has been changed for those of you who have these 2 characters. Yes. So basically, Obito we're talking about the 6 paths Obito as well. So that's why it's been changed to 6 paths. Okay, and then over here we have Anbu Itachi. For those of you who have been having Anbu Itachis, I know you guys have been saying he's been weak, blah, blah, blah. Now it's actually much better. He has been improved, guys. So basically, if you guys remember, one of his abilities was that his Sharingan skill damage and weapon type skill damage was increased by 50%. And also, he was immune to binding and paralysis. Now it's changed so that he is totally immune to negative status effects. Okay, because a lot of characters nowadays are immune to negative status effects, right? Like even Sakura or Hinata, right? It's not fair for Itachi when he's like so legendary to only be immune to binding and paralysis. So now he's totally immune to all negative status effects, okay? For the 5 stars version. For the 6 stars version, he was originally immune to negative status effects. Now he is immune to both negative status effects and debuffs, okay? So he is, I believe, the only character that does not need to equip anything on him and have both statuses, all right? Immunes to negative status effects and debuffs. I'm not too sure if he was the only one, or maybe there was another one that does that. But yeah, he is one of the few, or yeah, the rarer ones. Okay, and over here, the 6 stars Tsunade, all right, the exclusive Tsunade. The skill number 1 now has been changed to negates enemies' defense by 50%. I believe it was 30% before, so she got a buff, a bit of a buff. And then for Sakura, the God tier Sakura, guys, the summoning Sakura, it's the name of her ability has been changed. All right, I believe it's just a simple name change, so it reflects more, you know, it aligns more with the manga or anime. So I don't know about that, but yeah. And one really cool thing, guys, you know, probably rewatch my video. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Anyways, the Hanzo. Remember I talked about Hanzo last time? And we were debating, well, not debating, I was throwing out a discussion out there about which country he belongs to, right? So now the country he belongs to has been changed. I haven't checked it out yet, but it's been changed. So probably it's been changed back to Hidden Rain Village instead of Hidden Mist Village because, you know, it was weird. But anyways, now let's take a look at the event first, and I'll go through the rewards and stuff, and then finally we'll go through the 6 stars. All right, but you know, just out of curiosity, let's take a look at Hanzo right now. Let's take a look at Hanzo. Okay, wrong tab. Okay, let's see. Yes, guys, Hidden Rain Village. The only one being in the Hidden Rain Village. I don't think anyone else is, unless the young Nagato, Conan, and Yahiko belongs there as well. But I totally forgot the storyline about that. So I might be wrong. But anyways, let's take a look at the retro event now. We have the Chunin exam again. Basically, the reason why they're calling it retro is because we had them before. Now they're just bringing them back. But instead of having a ranking system now, it's just a personal points collection rewards, okay? So, also this Sasuke has his 6 stars version, so I'm just going to go through that. So again, the stats haven't really changed. Over here, first skill is fire type skill. Trigger speed is fast. Chakra cost is 50. What it does is it deals 7% plus 3,000 damage to a single target enemy. And also, when your HP is low, your attack power is higher. So the lower your HP is, the higher your attack power will be. So when your HP is, how should I say it? Okay. When your HP is at max, your damage is increased by 2 times, or 2 times the multiplier. So 2 times 7% plus 3,000 damage. If your HP is below half, your damage will be 3 times. Okay, so below half of your HP, you'll deal 3 times damage. When your HP is above, or when it's maxed, basically, you deal 2 times. All right, so no type skill. Trigger speed is fastest. Chakra cost is 30. This is skill number 2 we're talking about. So attack and agility and skill damage increases by 150%. And also max HP. Okay, never mind. Your max HP how should I go about this? Let's take a look. All right, I got this. So I have to read this sentence backwards to translate this. Okay, so basically you will be taking, when you skill number 2, you'll be taking poison damage equals to 50% of your maximum HP. All right, sound good? So taking poison damage of 50% of your max HP. And then when you do that, I believe you will probably be taking poison damage every turn. Not too sure, but, or else they wouldn't really need to tell you it's poison damage, right? Anyways, abilities, I don't believe leader skill has changed, but just, I guess I'll just refresh this for you guys. Basically, it's attack and fire damage increased by 30%, and also after every action, your HP is decreased by 5%. That's a leader skill. And ability number 1, attack and defense and fire type skill damage increased by 50%. And ability number 2, when your HP is below 0, meaning when you die for the first time, you will recover your HP to the max amount, and your skill damage is increased by 100%. So that's it. Okay, so now let's take a look at the rewards. Well, the ones you guys will be getting, and then I'll talk about the rewards list later. So this is Sasuke's large shuriken. I forgot what he called this. Anyways, if you equip this to anyone else other than the following Sasuke's, your attack will be increased by 60%, and agility will be increased by 10%. But if you equip this to the following Sasuke's, your attack is increased by 100%, and agility is increased by 30%, and fire type skill damage is increased by 50%. And then over here we have the Earth Scroll. Its regular effects is when you're damaged, there is a chance that you recover 5% of your HP. But if you equip this to any one of the following characters, whenever you receive damage, meaning auto attack and skill damage, there's a chance that your HP will be recovered by 100%, and your chakra will be recovered by 50%, and skill damage will be increased by 30%. And then over here we have the Sky or Heaven Scroll. If you equip this to anyone else other than the following characters, whenever you take damage, there's a chance that your chakra will be recovered by 5%. But if you equip this to the following characters, basically Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, as well as Anko, whenever you take damage, your chakra will be recovered by 100%. Well, there's a chance that your chakra will be recovered by 100%, HP recovered by 50%, and skill damage is increased by 30%. So that's it for those ninja gears. Not too great, not too bad as well, I guess. Well, it's a chance to trigger it. So anyway, so this is the featured characters. We have the Anko and Orochimaru over here. Points bonus only, no damage bonus. Points bonus from 12 times all the way up to 20 times, depending on the Nindo level. And the Sound Ninjas from 4 times to 6 times. And then we have the 5 stars Fire Obito from the previous event. So for those of us who have gotten it, we can actually use this to multiply our damage, if we don't have these characters. And then the following ones gives you like 2 times to 3 times, and then 1.2 times to 2 times, all right? Again, they're stackable, so meaning if you have this Anko and this Orochimaru, it'll be 12 plus 12 equals 24. It'll be 24 times your points bonus, all right? The same characters can't stack. So if you have 2 Ankos or 2 Orochimarus, the points bonus will be 12 times. Must be different characters. Okay, so over here, these are your personal rewards. At 100 points, you'll be getting 10,000 gold. At 500 points, you'll be getting, we'll be getting like the 4 stars level up material again. Like, why, guys? We need the 5 stars one, the Rock Lee one. Anyways, then we get the Stamina Recovery Ramen, 4 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, and then yet another 4 stars level up material, and then we have 5 stars, which is Rock Lee training material, and then we have another ramen, 4 stars guaranteed gacha ticket. Oh, guys, no. Those ones were the 3 stars one, not even the 4 stars one. Anyway, so those were the 3 stars training material. We get another 3 stars training material at 4,000 points. And then the 4-star training material at 4,500 points. And then at 5,000 points, we'll be getting the Rock Lee training material. And then 5,500 points, we'll be getting a ramen. And then yet another 4 stars training material. 4 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, 4 stars training material, Monkey King, ramen, 5 stars training material, which is the Rock Lee guaranteed. Rock Lee. What am I talking about today, guys? I keep messing up. Sorry, guys. Anyways, 5 stars training material, which is the Rock Lee training material, 100,000 gold, and 4 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, 5 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, ramen, Rock Lee training material, 100,000 gold, 2 Rock Lee training material. Finally, we're over with the 3 stars and 4 star training material. And then at 15,000 points, you'll be getting 2 all-type skill scrolls, 2 Monkey Kings, 2 Rock Lee training material, ramen, 5 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, 100,000 gold, 2 all-type skill scrolls, 5 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, and then at 26,000 points, you'll be getting 100,000 gold, ramen, 2 Rock Lee training materials, 1 Ninja Stone. Finally, we get a Ninja Stone at 35,000 points, 2 Rock Lee training material at 40,000 points, Stamina Recovery Ramen, and then at 50,000 points, we're getting the Secret Book of the Ninja World. And then we get 2 all-type skill scrolls, Ninja Stone, 2 all-type skill scrolls, 5 stars guaranteed gacha ticket, ramen, 2 Rock Lee training materials, and then we have another Ninja Stone at 85,000 points. And then we get 2 all-type skill scrolls, 2 Monkey Kings, and then we get the 5 stars Cursed Mark Sasuke at 100,000 points, okay? And then we have ramen, 1 Ninja Stone, 3 all-type skill scrolls, 5 Rock Lee training material, and then at 150,000 points, we'll be getting the Heaven Scroll, the ninja gear. And then we get 5 Monkey Kings. And then at 250,000 points, we'll be getting the Earth Scroll, ninja gear. And then at 300,000 points, we're getting 1 Ninja Stone, and then 3 all-type skill scrolls, 1 Secret Book of the Ninja World at 400,000 points, and then we get 10 Rock Lee training material at 450,000 points, and then at 500,000 points, we'll be getting the Sasuke's large shuriken, that thing I just covered earlier. And then at 600,000 points, we'll be getting the Curse Mark Sasuke, the 5 stars one, the rewards one. And then after that, every 100,000 points, as you guys can see, we'll be getting 1 Sasuke, all the way until 1.5 million points. And that's it. That's all the rewards we'll be getting if you grind that much. All right. Or if you guys have a lot of, points bonus characters, then you don't have to grind as much, I guess. Anyways, over here, as I talked about already, we have, 5 new awakening stages, 50 stamina ones, okay? So I'm not really going to go through them with you. You guys will have to kind of do it because they're extremely hard. Just letting you guys know, if you guys don't have some god tier characters, you guys probably won't be able to pull this off. So save the NPC Madara, the NPC Naruto, and NPC Sasuke for these stages, I'd suggest. Or if you already have a friend that has a 6 stars version of those characters, then definitely use them, okay? So maybe I'll go through these in the future, but currently I really don't feel like it because I just literally released the 40 stamina mission ones. But yeah, and these ones are tough, all right? These ones currently are not really for everyone. So you guys really have to have really god tier characters because I struggle with these as well. But then finally I made my Sasuke into 6 stars and my Naruto into 6 stars. So things are a bit easier for me now. But anyway, so have fun with these first. If you guys really have any trouble, questions, just, I guess, leave some questions, comments down below. And fellow viewers and myself will definitely try to help you guys out. All right. Okay, so that's over. Let's talk about the 6 stars version of those characters that I just mentioned. Okay, let's go through the news section over here, and then we'll be able to find them. Okay, so as you guys can see, new artwork for them. I'll pause right here, and then we have Sasuke, and then we have Madara. I think the Madara artwork looks really nice, especially with the moon plan, moon plan, yeah, that thing. And then nothing really changed for Obito. Anyway, so let's go with Naruto first. So Naruto, the first skill, 6 paths type, trigger speed has improved to fastest instead of fast. Yeah, it was fast before and it was normal on second skill. Now it's fastest and fast on the second skill, all right? And they have both decreased the chakra cost, which is 65 each now, which is really nice. What it does is it deals 7% plus 5,000 damage to a single target enemy. It's much improved now instead of 2,200. So now it deals quite a bit more. So 7% plus 5,000 damage. And also when yourself is under the rally status, your damage will be 3 times. Okay. And also it's funny, it deals 1.5 times additional damage to characters who are black and white attribute types. All right. So for those types of characters, you'll deal an additional 1.5 times damage. So it's good for fighting Hashirama and Madara, right? So anyways, also this final bit has improved as well. Before it'll deal splash damage to the enemy's whole team. Now it deals a large damage to the whole team, whereas before it only deals damage. Okay, now it deals large amount of damage. So it's really nice. So for example, on regular damage, not talking about the weaknesses or the strength and stuff, so just plain regular damage, I usually deal around 180k to about, or probably 170k to about 185k damage. That's my average. But the splash damage deals about 100k damage to the enemies. So that's pretty cool because it actually deals a lot. It actually functions much like the KCM event Naruto, to be honest. But I guess when they're weak against the 6 paths type, then you deal more, right? Whereas the KCM Naruto will deal flat damage, which is still really good. Okay, anyway, skill number 2 is a no type skill. Trigger speed is fast, chakra cost is 65. It replenishes your whole team's HP by a large amount now. Before it only recovers by a medium amount. Now it recovers by a large amount. And then it puts your whole team under the rally status. And also your your whole team's attack, defense, and agility is increased by 40% now. Before it only increases by 30%. And then after every action, HP and chakra is recovered by 10%. Before it used to be after every action, HP and chakra is recovered by 5% only. Okay, ability hasn't really, the leader ability hasn't really changed, but ability number 1, your attack and skill damage is increased by 120%, and also you're immune to no type skills, all right? So before it used to be when your HP is above 80%, your attack and skill damage is increased by 100%, and also incoming no type skills are halved, but now you're totally immune to it. I really don't know how useful the second part is because, usually characters who use no type skills are just for debuffs, right? But then with the ninja gear, you aren't really affected by negative status effects. So maybe it helps for debuffs like, attack or defense or agility decrease, right? But I don't know because I did one of those awakening missions where I was fighting, against the 4 Kakashis. That was really hard. And he just debuffs me like crazy. So I really don't know how much this really affects. But again, the Kakashi debuff was water type. So yeah. Okay, anyways, ability number 2. Max chakra amount is increased by 150. So instead of 100 base chakra, now you get 250, which is nice. And then after every action, chakra is recovered by 15%. And that's it for 6 stars Naruto. Now let's go to the 6 star Sasuke. I gotta say, guys, 6 star Sasuke is quite OP, very OP because of his skill number 2. But anyways, let's talk about skill number 1 first. The trigger speed hasn't really changed. What's being changed is really the chakra cost and the description. So first skill, Sharingan. Trigger speed same, which is fast. Chakra cost is 80. What it does is it deals 7% plus 4,000 damage to a single target enemy and also cause them to go on the slashed status. And when you're under the battle aura status, your damage will be times 3, all right? Well, 3 times the 7% plus 4,000 damage. And also there's something new. If your enemy is under the slash status, now you'll deal 1.5 times additional damage on top of the 3 times and 7% plus 4,000 damage. All right. So before it didn't have that. Before it didn't used to do the 1.5 times damage. It just, it just basically lowers down your enemy stats and stuff like that. All right. So now what it does for the slash status is actually the same. So skill trigger speed is decreased by 1 stage, and then skill damage is decreased by 30%. All right. If your enemy's under slash status. The new thing is if they're under the slash status, you deal additional 1.5 times that damage. Okay, second skill is no type. Trigger speed is fastest. Chakra cost is 65. What it does is it boosts your own attack, defense, and agility by 120%. Before, it buffs it by 100% only. And now, you will also be immune to debuffs. And your chakra cost is decreased by 20%. All right, so that's something new. Before, you are only... incoming debuffs, you'll be halved, all right? Like, yeah, it wouldn't be immune. Now you're totally immune to debuffs for like the incoming debuffs. And also you'll be put on a status where your chakra cost is decreased by 20%. So that's a new status for your Sasuke. And then also puts yourself under the battle aura status. And battle aura status now for skill number 2 has changed. So it has a high percentage that incoming skills will be useless to you. All right. So that's why I said he's really OP now, because before there's a chance that skills will be useless to you, but now there's a high chance that you'll be immune to skills. So that means it actually triggers quite a lot. Most of the time when I used him in my missions, I so far haven't had once where this haven't triggered yet. So basically I've been taking 0 damage all the time whenever I'm under the battle aura status. I haven't had a time where I actually took damage. So so that means you only have a little chance to actually take damage, but a high chance that you don't take any damage. So which is really OP for this Sasuke. And also skill damage is increased by 120%. And again, sorry guys for my heavy breathing, because as you guys can tell, well, maybe you guys can't, but for those of you who can tell, my nose is actually really stuffed right now. So I'm having a hard time breathing. So I'm just breathing through my mouth right now. Sorry guys. Anyway, so leader skill hasn't changed. Ability number 1, skill damage is increased by 120%. And also you are immune to negative status effects. So combined with skill number 2, you're immune to both debuffs and negative status effects. And he doesn't take damage, guys, on skill number 2. Well, high chance of not taking any damage. So that's pretty crazy. All right, ability number 2. Max chakra is increased by 150. So again, base chakra is 100. Now it's increased by 150. So he has like a pool of 250. And then attack and defense is increased by 100%. And that's it for 6-star Sasuke. Now let's move on to Madara. Madara, guys, I gotta say, I regretted a bit for getting Naruto. Like, only a bit, because I was doing one of the 6 stars awakening material mission. I've completed all of them. So one of them, they were weak against Rinnegan, right? And talk about Rinnegan, yes, skill 2's type has been changed to Rinnegan now. Anyway, so they were weak against Rinnegan. I believe it was the Red Orbs mission where I was fighting Jiraiya and Tsunade. And man, he deals like 500,000 damage to them. And also remember, his skill number 2, when he puts your enemy under the hopeless status, he cancels out, well, there's a chance of canceling out your opponent's attack, right? But then he just keeps canceling them out and then dealing 500,000 damage every single time. It's insane, guys. So that's, that mission made me kind of regret choosing Naruto with my 30 festival tags. But again, Naruto is good for all the missions, and Madara Madara is good for all the missions too, but he really shined when the characters are weak against Rinnegan, right? But again, Naruto still has its value because he's 6-path type, meaning a lot of characters are not strong against 6-path types, right? And he's a good support and stuff. But anyways, pure damage wise, he is really OP, Madara. Anyways, over here, Rinnegan type is skill number 1. Trigger speed is normal, chakra cost is 77. What it does is it deals 5% plus 4,000 damage to the enemy's whole team. And there's a high chance, right, high percentage of canceling out your enemy's action. And then it says here, when your enemy is under the hopeless status, the enemies will take an additional 3 times damage. And also, when you're fighting against red type and blue type enemies, they'll take an additional 1.5 times. All right, so you deal a lot of damage to that enemy. There's a high chance of canceling out the enemy's action, which is crazy because, you know, even when your enemies are under the blue bar, the standby bar, that actually still cancels them out. I checked, which is really, really OP. Okay, skill number 2, also Rinnegan. It just got changed. Trigger speed is fast. Chakra cost is 70. What it does is it boosts himself, his attack and defense and skill damage by 150%, and also puts enemies' whole team under the hopeless status. So notice that it doesn't have a chance to put them under the hopeless status now. It just puts them under the hopeless status. And so far, I've tested him out, not really extensively, but more than a few times. And I haven't had a time where this fails. So maybe it's 100% chance now. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there's once in a while you do miss and don't put them under the hopeless status. But from what I have experienced so far, like every single time I use this skill, he has put the enemy under the hopeless status. So it's 100% now. Based on my experience, all right? I might be wrong. But anyways, once your enemy is under the hopeless status, attack, defense, and agility for them, their up status, meaning if they previously had their attack, defense, and agility under buff status, now they'll all be canceled out. So it takes out all the buffs from your enemies, basically. Well, except the unique buffs. It's only this only cancels out their attack, defense, and agility buffs, all right? And then also there's a chance to cancel out their action. All right, so skill 2 has a chance to cancel out their action. And skill 1 also has a chance to cancel out their action, which is pretty insane if you ask me. That is actually the main reason why I kind of regretted getting Naruto, because, dude, guys, having a chance to cancel out action is really crazy. And having a high chance of canceling out their action, meaning they can't even do anything, not even auto attack you guys. So, yeah. All right, ability number 1, max chakra amount, like the pool, is increased by 150. So his pool went from 100 to now 250, right? And for the first 5 turns, aside from Sage type, Taijutsu type, and Rikudo type, meaning the 6-path type skill, a 6-path type, any other skill damage is useless to you. All right. So for the first 5 turns, you're immune to all type skill damage, except for Sage type, Taijutsu, and 6-path type. Ability number 2, your chakra cost is decreased by 20%, and also your skill damage is increased by 120%. All right. Before, it will only be for the first 7 turns, your skill damage is increased by 70%, and your chakra cost decreased by 15. Now it's decreased by 20, and your skill damage is forever increased by 120%. All right. Okay. Over here we have the Obito. This Obito didn't really change much, so I guess we don't have to spend as much time on him. Basically, what changed was the skill number 1. If you guys remember, there's this super low critical chance will happen, and if the super low critical chance actually happens, instead of dealing 50 times damage, now it deals 99 times the damage. But other than that, nothing has changed. So speed stays the same, chakra cost stays the same, the initial base damage stays the same, 7% plus 5,000. But now the critical chance is still the same, super low percent chance of happening. But if it happens now, your damage is 99 times. All right. So I don't know how much that actually like how much difference that actually makes, because 50 times still almost one hit kill anyone, right? But now 99 times you can still overkill anyone. So yeah. All right, skill number 2, now it's 6 pass. Trigger speed has been changed to fast. It was normal before. And chakra cost from 90, now it's 80. So what it does is there's a chance to put a single target enemy under the hopeless status. And if you guys remember, Madara puts the enemy's whole team under the hopeless status, all right? So there's a chance to put the enemy under, like single target enemy under hopeless status. And the skill trigger speed will be decreased by one trigger speed. So if your enemy is like fast trigger speed, now they'll be normal. If it's normal, now they'll be slow, all right? And then basically the hopeless status, what it does is it debuffs, it takes out all the enemy's buffs. So if they're under buffs for attack, defense, agility, now it's gone. And there's a chance to cancel out the enemy's action. And for the abilities, leader skill hasn't changed. Ability number 1, your own skill damage is increased by 40% instead of 30%. And your max HP, when you're, let's see, give me a second, right here. Okay, so when your HP is above 50%, then your skill damage will be increased by 80% instead. So before, it's when your HP is above 90%, then your skill damage is increased by 60. So now when your HP is above 50%, so it doesn't have to be 90%, only 80%, only 50%, and then it'll become 80% for your skill damage increase. And then ability number 2, whenever you receive attack, so whenever you get attacked, your HP is recovered by 10%. Before, it used to only recover by 5%. So overall, the 6 stars Obito hasn't really changed much, as you guys can see. It only has been changed like very little. Like it hasn't really been improved by a lot. So it's more like version 5.1 or version 5.5 stars. Can't really be a 6 stars. Well, again, he's free, right? He was gifted to us, so I believe the developers can't make him super OP. Just like our 7th, Hokage Naruto. He used to be like the best, number 1, god tier characters. But they found out they kind of messed up, so yeah, we can't really have like an OP free character, I guess. And that everyone has, right? Anyways, guys, I haven't done this for quite a long time on screen, like on videos now. For the past 100 gems that I saved up, I have just rolled them off camera. But now I'll be rolling again, guys. Again, I'm still trying to aim for this Madara right here. So hopefully I get him. For the past 100 gems, I rolled and I got nothing. Hopefully this one, I will be getting it. I finally saved up 55 gems. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this to end the video. Hopefully I get a 5 stars. Well, hopefully I get Madara, actually. I don't really care about other 5 stars. And it seems like I wouldn't get any 5 stars because the letters didn't turn rainbow. So we'll see. Maybe it's really bad luck for me. And my air server program decides to freeze on that. That was just a 4 stars Naruto. Okay, so let's see what this is. Oh, I think I only got all 4 stars, guys. No, good stuff. I got a 5 stars. And it's Sakura. And that's it. My luck is basically over. I kind of doubt that I'll be getting Madara. I don't know. We'll see. Will I really get it? Please? Madara, come out. No! Orochimaru. Alright. And that's it, guys. That's my luck. And I guess I'll just grind a bit for the Chunin exam event so that I get more gems and see if I can actually get that Madara. Alright, so good luck to all of you guys who are still trying to get the Naruto or Sasuke or Madara. They're all really good, as you guys can see. And as usual, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to comment down below and I'll be sure to read every single one of them and reply wherever necessary. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please hit that like button. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe for more quality contents. And as always, I'll see you all at my next video. Take care and bye now.